Welcome to the project explanation and demo for my program, Mac3D. Mac3D is a 3D file system navigator. In version 1, you can navigate your macOS file system and open files and applications directly from the Navigator. At the end of this video, I provide a description of what features I plan to implement in subsequent versions, as the program develops to become a full file system manager. Version 1's 3D environment illustrates directories in the file system with solar systems. Generally speaking, when the user clicks on a planet, their file path is advanced to that directory, and the scene changes to represent a solar system in which that directory is now the Sun. The one exception I've implemented in version 1 is to do with files of the type NSFileType directory, but with the extension .app. Clicking on a planet with the extension .app will open the application rather than enter the .app folder. Asteroids represent all other file types. These other file types can include NSFileType regular, NSFileType socket, NSFileType symbolic link, and others. The response of the program when the user clicks on an asteroid in version 1 will depend on the file type. Mac3D opens at the root of the desktop operating system, and I can scroll around here with the mouse and scroll in with Alt. And if I click on this temp asteroid, I open the temp directory. So that's a symbolic link, that asteroid. And I'm going to move over here to the applications folder. Click on that. Now my file path is root/applications and lots of .app files in here. I'd like to show how you can open an application directly by clicking on planets with the type .app. So I'll click on this books.app here, and it opens the books application directly from this program. I'm going back up here. I want to find now the user's planet and navigate to my particular branch, Nicole Olson. I'm looking here to head to the desktop, and then from there I'd like to go to the Mac3D folder, the folder that holds the content for this program, so I can look at opening images. So there's Mac3D, navigate in there, and I'd like to find the images. And there's the scene images. Instead of clicking on this, I'm going to actually click on one of these moons here. Click on the planet. Great. Now we skipped over a directory level and we went right to the planets folder. Click on this. .png brings up the preview application, the default application for images. I'm going to click on another one here. Let's click on Saturn. Yeah, so it's a fast way to open images. If I click on the sun here, I'm going to head up to, this is to a scene I've never seen before because I skipped over this when I clicked on a moon. So this is new, and click back and back. I'm heading back to root, so just consecutively click the sun here. Back at users and back to root. I'd like to go now to the bin folder. There's bin, click on this. So yeah, there's lots of asteroids in this folder. Familiar stuff like SH, CAT, LS. One thing I'd like to change in future versions is some way to navigate quicker when you have lots of asteroids or lots of planets, because as it is right now, it's not very quick to find them, although I am adding a search feature in version 4, so that should help. The program is implemented by building an object tree of the user's file system, initially generating 3 path levels, and building additional path objects as the user moves down a branch. The program saves the scenes that have already been illustrated, so the illustration process does not need to be redone when the user returns to a scene they have already encountered. These design choices improve the speed and memory use of the program. The language of the program is Swift 4.2 and also uses SceneKit and AppKit in Xcode. All visual nodes are illustrated dynamically in the code. Many of the planet textures are modified versions of NASA images, however the sun's textures and the moon's I created in Adobe. Textures are in the Stage 1 or Proof of Concept phase. Version 1 has limited functionality, but I have planned features to add in subsequent versions. This is a roadmap of what I plan to implement in future versions, which include the ability to rename files and folders, edit and delete files and folders, as well as search for them, either from within a directory or from root. Mac3D version 5 and onward will abstract away from the solar system implementation in order to allow for different schema representing the file system, which brings me to talk about the inspiration for this project. I'm a big fan of the Jurassic Park movies, and if you've seen the original film, you may remember a critical scene in which Hammond's granddaughter, Lex, uses a Unix computer to find a file that will allow her to turn on security settings in the park. When I first had the question, why are there no 3D ways to navigate a file system, and I googled for file navigators, I was reminded of this scene. It turns out this was a real navigator that appeared in the 1993 movie called FSN, pronounced Fusion. Unfortunately, it was never developed to be a full file manager. Similar versions were created, such as FSV, but the limitations remained. My effort to find other, newer implementations, especially in light of new technologies such as Oculus, unfortunately turned up empty. Virtual Desktop, for instance, does not represent the environment in 3D, it only places standard 2D representations in a 3D background. This seems like a short sight, given that new graphics capabilities could improve the usability and features available in standard file system managers, or simply add features that are more fun. For instance, dragging a trash folder into a black hole might be much more fun than right-clicking to empty the trash. This concludes the demonstration of this software project. I'm a recent graduate in computer science, and the GitHub for this project can be found at the link below. I would like to also develop a Windows version of this concept. I hope this video finds others interested in different schemas and methods of navigating an operating system. Thank you for watching.